Hey guys, Mark Spector Comics here, and I come to you today with a new comic book day haul, some from last week, a little bit of this week, and some back issue bin finds. So before we get into it, I just want to say I want to thank all of you, the comic community, for getting me there over the 100 subscriber mark. Which when I first started making videos on YouTube, I wasn't expecting much. I was just wanting to get a lot of my information out there, a lot of the stuff I find, and a little bit about the knowledge on comic books. So I'm very grateful to all of you guys and girls that have subscribed to the channel, and here's to 100 more. So let's start off with a lot of the last week's comic book day finds. I'm all caught up on my reading, so that's usually a lot of the problems is doing the reading. But let's start with that. So first book, Sea of Stars, #1. This was the Mike Mignola cover. This was actually a pretty good read. Talks about it's a space book. Talks about father and son. He's going out doing a job out in deep space, and his son is with him, just, wants to see some black holes, the galaxy, whatnot, and ends up finding that there's a little bit more out there than what they were asking for. So I'm going to continue with that. It was a pretty good book. There you go, from Marvel. This is Arrow #1. This was her first solo title with the new character from Agents of Atlas. I forget her name. Actually, no, it's Arrow, sorry. But I stuck with cover A. It was a good read. Pretty bullish on these Agents of Atlas, the diversity stars that they're trying to push out from Marvel. I think they're going to do something pretty big with them in the near future, so I'll stick with that one. And I believe is it Swordmaster, I think, is coming up soon. I think that's what the character's called. So look out for that one in a couple of weeks. Next book, Space Bandits, #1. It's a story by Mark Millar. There was a ton of covers. I just ended up picking this one. This was the first one I grabbed. Decent read. The art's really good by Matteo Scalera. They throw some like 80s puns in there. There was they were riding on the Lionel Richie ship, Molly Ringwald district in the story. Pretty interesting. She ends up in prison at the end of the first issue. A little bit of a spoiler there, but ends up meeting up that character that you saw on the cover. So I'll stick out with that one. Continue on, and actually, I believe that's one of the stories that's going to be picked up by Netflix. Next book, Mortal Hulk, #20. This is the cover B, Carnageized cover. I got that one. What else did I get? I think I got another one there. Yep. I got the cover A. This is with the Carnage splatter. And then I got a regular cover. Somewhere. There we go. So I actually got 3 of these. I have this on poll, saying Immortal Hulk's the best read out there in Marvel right now. Even now at issue 20, I still say continue on because it's getting even better. That's why I picked up 3. And that Carnage splatter, people are saying it's a 1-to-1, but I haven't, at least in my shops that I've been seeing, it hasn't been a 1-to-1. Not with that book, at least. So I picked it up anyways. There was a pretty cool reveal in that issue. So if you haven't been reading it, try to catch up on it. It's really good. Next book, Amazing Spider-Man #24. And this one actually revealed that villain that we saw way back in issue 2. That bandaged villain. It was ended up being his name, Kindred. And if you read the book, there was some pretty cool dream sequence where he just destroys Mysterio. It was pretty funny. I haven't really been keeping up with the current Amazing Spider-Man run because honestly they've been dragging out this villain from issue 2. So I believe I stopped at issue 4, but when I heard that the villain was coming back, I picked it up again at issue 24, and it actually revealed. So that was pretty cool. Going back to issue number 2, actually, I picked these up way back when it came out, and this was actually the villain right here, Kindred. It's his first cover appearance way back in issue number 2. This was one of those limited, like, I think by Comics Exposure or Unknown Comics, one of those companies. So this was the trade dress. This was one of limited to 3,000. And then the Virgin variant, limited to 1,000. And it's actually done by Lucio Perillo. He's a really good artist. He does a lot of these covers for these Unknown Comics Exposure, incentive retailers. So really good book to pick up now that we finally got the reveal on the character. And actually in issue 25, we should be getting some more info on the that character. But I heard it's a $7.99 cover, which is really strange. I don't know what Marvel's doing with that, but some more books. Conan the Barbarian, number 7. Been picking this one up right along. Great story by Jason Aaron, and those Esad Ribic covers have been really, really cool. And then to end it, we got Road of Bones, number 2. Great read by IDW. One of the few books by IDW that's actually doing well, that I think. But number 2 is actually better than number 1. So it's been a great story. I'm going to continue with that one. Oh yeah, and the last one was Thanos, number 3. It's been a good read. Story by Teenie Howard, dating back to the origins of Gamora. So it's been a good read. Art's been okay, nothing special. But going back to some of the older books I found, picked up another one, Marvel Comics Presents number 6. I just keep on finding these. I don't know how. Not 1, not 2, but 3. 3 more copies of this book. And if you've seen my hot book alert, came out about a week ago. It's now going for over $60 strong. So it's pretty crazy. And I finally got my hands on one of these. Marvel Comics Presents number 5, which is the cameo appearance of that character, Wolverine's daughter. And she's been narrating the whole story. So I'm going to look out for number 1 and 2, 1, 2, and 3, which I don't have. I have number 4 already. It's that cool cover with Moon Knight on it. But be good to pick up the series. 1, 2, and 3 should be easy to pick up. It's not really anything special, but it's 5 and 6 that are the hot books. Was able to find this for cover. It was Naomi number 1. The last printing. Figured why not. And then some of the. I went to this shop down in Kingston, Fantasy Zone Comics, and picked up some of the back issue bin stuff that they had. Picked up Batman number 609. This is my second copy. This is the first appearance of Tom Elliott that becomes Hush. So cool book, Jim Lee art. Second book was Warlock number 12. So this is the origin of Pip the Troll. Nice book. I've been trying to pick up the Warlock covers right along, especially the news that he's going into the Guardians of the Galaxy. So any of these characters I could see showing up in the movie. And then the last one, this ended up showing up on the CBSI Top 10. This is Incredible Hulk number 418. First appearance of Talos. My second copy. It's actually the die-cut copy. And it's picking up some fire after the Spider-Man, that second movie that just came out. I haven't seen it yet, so don't know what happened. But yeah, so that's it for today. There's some books coming out for New Comic Book that I'm looking at. Like I said, it's the Amazing Spider-Man 25. There's Venom number 16. That's Donny Cates' return back to Venom after I think 3 issues. So that should be a hot book. And I heard there's an error print on there, so look out for that one. And then there's a couple of Image books, Unearth and Weaver. So check those out if you can find it. But yeah, until next time, it's Mark Spector Comics. Out.